Oh my god, Tombox, why are all the deck profiles you showcase so degenerate?
Degenerate? I'll show you guys, degenerate.
Hey guys, it's Tom Bucks. Thanks for tuning into MST.TV. First of all, 2 shoutouts need to be given. First to Nerdy Jersey, and second to Jesse Kotton in Nerdy Jersey's video of the PSA of the Erratic Dragon Link FTK that burns your opponent to death. Man, I am angry. But I'm not angry at this FTK. I'm angry at Orcus players having such an easy time. And it feels like any deck that just shoves in any 2 ways to summon out 2 monsters, they basically have full combo, wiping your board along the way. They're Instant Fusion, Pankratops, Mind Control, Super Poly, Vishuda, all these cards just wiping your board out, and man, that is very frustrating. So to some degree, I'm kind of annoyed at such easy combos, and a lot of these guys choose to go second. So if they choose to go second, thanks for the free win, buddy, for letting me go first on an FTK deck. Now, in Nerdy Jersey's video featuring Jesse Kotton, Jesse basically demonstrates the FTK card for card, so if you guys want to check it out, link is in the description below, so definitely check it out if you want him to explain everything. Here in this video, we're going to be showcasing a deck profile that I made to adapt that strategy in there, and you don't have to do the FTK, but you don't have as much control anymore, so we'll see how that goes. And this is my version of the deck. Of course, Jesse's deck is not revealed, so we won't know how that goes, but this is kind of my version, my take on it, because I like to cheese as much wins as possible, so I'm running a lot of cheesy cards in here. And you know what? I'm going to showcase the deck profile, do the combo, show you guys all the various openings that will lead to that combo, and we'll move on from there. So don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and oh, for those of you guys who are wanting to see that Exodia game, Nishi got too drunk, so that commentary is going to get postponed by well, I guess 1 day, because we're just doing this video, and then tomorrow should be it. All right, tomorrow should be it. And let's jump into this one. Okay, so to kick things off, you guys know I like Supreme King Dragon Darkworm in my version of Rocket Control or Dragon Link, because it's a free summon. It gives your Dragon Shrine something to do, and it also puts in the Flammable Guard into the graveyard. So this plus the Flammable Guard, you revive the Flammable Guard, you have full combo anyway, so that's kind of like a 1.5 combo, or rather a 2-card combo. But I think I enjoy the 2-card combos a bit more, because the 1-card combo are much more susceptible to hand traps, and if you get hit by a hand trap, you get stunned out, you can't really play. And if you just use Supreme King Dragon Darkworm, all of it was just special summon, so you still maintained your normal summon. So if that didn't work out, you can still use Soul Eating Overraptor. Alright guys, so that is one possibility. And outside of that possibility, we can also Pendulum Summon, and most of the deck is dark, so you can even Pendulum Summon out the Soul Eating Overraptor, giving you additional bodies and additional extenders. Now, being Soul Eating Overraptor, this is our 1-card combo. I guess we also run Fossil Dig because of it, but Fossil Dig isn't just for this particular card. You guys gotta keep in mind that people will be using hand traps against you to stop you, knowing that you are an FTK. So a lot of people might even just run Nibiru to smash your board. There are ways around it. You don't have to play FTK if you don't want to, but that being said, Soul Eating Overraptor, 1 card, you go into Ib and you just kill your opponent from there, which I will demo in a little bit. I'll showcase various things, such as like different openings that can lead you there. In terms of rocket package, 1 Tracer, 1 Silver Rocket, 1 Rocket Synchron. I had to cut down the package because I needed to run the FTK and I needed to eat up a couple extra monsters. The FTK does run like 3 bricks, so just keep that in mind. An additional rocket package, 2 Azzurra, and that's basically, they're mainly there for the free body. The body makes a lot of sense, because as long as you have like a quick launch or something like that, you can put this onto the field, which makes it so that when you have an Ib, you don't need to revive a dragon just because this was already on the field, and also creates a bit of a chain block for you, which is also very nice. And a bit of a search. I know you guys don't like me saying chain block, but it does set up a chain link where your opponent can't stop the Ib. In terms of additional extenders, Destrudo is also very nice, especially with Dragon Shrine and also Dragon Ravine. Tempest is just another body for you to play with, and Red Eyes Darkness Metal if you want to do the board building way. This card I don't think is as necessary if you're just going to kill your opponent, but it is a very nice Monster Reborn moment where you can just revive something and just keep going. It's a nice play to have, but Destrudo definitely a must-have because it can act as a level 3 or 4 dragon later on. In terms of mandatory combo pieces, World Chalice Guard Dragon, Flamvel Guard, Carbon Nedden. I love searching out this card isn't too bad. If you have this card plus a way to get a field spell, which is why I maximized it, and many ways to dump this card into the graveyard, you have your combo. Let's just put it that way. You have your combo as long as you can somehow put this card into the graveyard. So that is why that is there. And normally there's a little bit of conflict with Dragon Shrine, but if you have like both cards, you can actually just add it to your hand as long as you can search things out. More combo pieces, we have Brotar, because this is going to search out your Cannon Soldier. That is going to kill your opponent. And in terms of the looping cards, we have Hieratic Dragon Gebeb and Hieratic Seal of the Dragon King. This is the Gemini monster. Really ridiculous card if you have the effect. Otherwise, Geminis are trash. Okay, into the spells, we have Triple Quick Launch, just giving you additional extra bodies here because you can just get some rockets. You can get yourself a tuner, a level 4, or a level 4 tuner, depending on what you have. We have triple or double Dragon Shrine and a Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial can put the Carbonet into the graveyard or whatever that you need. Dragon Shrine usually dumps 2 cards, just so that you can get that combo off really, really quickly. Now, additional ways to actually get more dumps. Terraforming is one way to get done because you can add the Dragon Ravine to your hand, and also Set Rotation can also do the same thing. Your key point here is that you want to get that field spell and you want to be able to dump cards, and they will act as extenders for you to get to that particular play. So, alright guys, so that is how you're going to be doing it. In terms of what are my field spell, I have 1 Dragon Ravine. You only really need 1 because it's very searchable. And I play 2 copies of Mystic Mine. Although, to some degree, I kind of want to play more copies of Dragon Ravine right now, just because you can dump multiple dragons into the graveyard. If you do have multiples, it's okay. But Mystic Mine is just a nice to have. You do a set rotation, you give the Mystic Mine to your opponent. If you get hand trapped to the point where you can't really extend further, what I recommend doing with the Mystic Mine is that you go into a Hieratic Seal, while they have the Mystic Mine. When they activate the Mystic Mine, you chain the Hieratic Seal, just tribute it off. If they use Call by the Grave, now you have no monster, so that your opponent is stuck with the Mystic Mine. They have to get rid of it themselves. But if they don't do anything, you can bounce the Mystic Mine on that side of the field back into your hand, so that your opponent knows that you have a Mystic Mine, and if they can't kill you, they will have to think twice before engaging in a full board tactic just to try to destroy you. That's just something that came up during testing, so it was kind of neat. But otherwise, I think you can run more copies of Dragon Ravine because it does offer you that dump, and that dump is really, really crucial. It does suck if you get Dimension Shifted because you do rely on the graveyard, so I am exposing some of the weakness as I go, alright guys? So I'm not all evil. In terms of Graveyard Revival, 2 World Legacy Guard Dragon, this is really key for the combo. You need the position shifting effect of this to get the full effect. And Monster Reborn, because you can use Monster Reborn to extend your combo, guys. So this is just a surprise moment. And another 1-card FTK moment is Fossil Dig. I played 2 copies of Fossil Dig, and yeah, it's Fossil Dig. What more can I ask? You can get the OV Raptor. Okay, Fossil Dig plus a field spell, Search, can get you to the full combo as well, because Fossil Dig, you can add Carbon Net into your hand, and then you can use Dragon Ravine. Dragon Ravine can dump into the graveyard. You get yourself a level 1 Dragon Tuner, and you can just work your way up from there, and any level 4 at that point will get you there. But if you have those 2 particular cards in succession or together, you can dump a Dark Worm, summon the Dark Worm, and then summon the Flamvel Guard, and you have full combo there, and you did not expend a single normal summon to get there. In other words, you can still full combo otherwise. So in other words, you have a second chance. Then you have triple Call with the Grave because you want to be able to eat hand traps. The hand traps that really don't really matter would be, say, well, actually most hand traps do matter, so if they do hit your LP, it sucks a lot. And my last card for control is Guard Dragon Cataclysm. I don't want to lose to Mystic Mine. I play Mystic Mine myself, but I had to cut down to give myself a little bit more consistency when it comes to running like 3 bricks into the deck. I don't want to have Cataclysm in there just as additional bricks. Okay, time to go into the extra deck. Our key monster here is Super Alloy Beast Raptinus. Gives Gemini monsters all their effects, so Geminis are, I guess, playable. And then there's Barricade Board Blocker. You're using him mainly for the typing of Machine and Dark, so you can search Cannon Soldier. And because of Brotar, Brotar lets you search any card in the deck. So Brotar's kind of a little bit busted if you think about it, but Brotar's only good depending on the format. So moving on, we have our Guard Dragon package. We have LP, Pisty, Agripane. not too much to explain there. You can still do your full guard dragon, block your opponent from playing entirely. Rest of the dragon package, actually I played 2 copies of Hieratic Seal, so you want to just make space for him. So this is the remainder of the dragon stuff as well. We have 2 copies of Hieratic Seal. I just need this card in case I give my opponent an additional Mystic Mine, and I burn one of these early on. So that's why I still play 2. I really like playing 2, just because I play the Layer Rocket Control and just realize how powerful this card actually is. So yeah, I just abuse it a bit more. You don't have to play 2 if you don't want to. You can just play something a bit more utility, but this is just personal preference, alright guys? Skull Dread, Boral Sword, Beat Cop. Beat Cop is just because you can still do the old school combo if you want to build a board against your opponent. And you just need that versatility, because if you side deck and you smokescreen out your FTK, you need something to play with, and you can still play Rockets or Dragon Link regularly. And for the Synchro package, we have Hot Red. I think this can be a Crystal Wing. I think Crystal Wing makes a little bit more sense now because you don't want to get into Beerud. Most people basically are gonna be like, they're gonna hit you on the aggro pain anyway, so this probably should be a Crystal Wing while you still can. And then of course Borreload Savage, because you can use this early on or later on. And Ib is Ib. Ib is one of your key combo pieces, so if it gets ripped out, you won't be able to do the combo, but you could sack into it with a Saryuja. So yeah, it has happened during my little quick test. But anyways, let's showcase the combo right now, and then I'll showcase the various ways that you can actually get into it. Okay, to demonstrate the 1-card combo, it's just literally the Ib combo, but you just reverse some of the interactions in terms of what you summon for the dragon. So starting off with the normal summon of the Oviraptor, and I'm just gonna drive right through this. Dump the Carbon Netten into the graveyard, activate Carbon Netten, and then you have a Flamvell Guard. I'm just gonna leave this card in my hand just in case I need to dump anything. And now we are going to just synchro this card straight out into the Ib. Ib's effect is going to give us a search, and this is under the best possible scenario where you have no interaction versus your opponent, where your opponent just can't hit you with any hand traps. I'm just demonstrating a clean version of this, and then we'll look into what happens if you need to use multiple cards. Activate World Legacy Guard Dragon, you target your Flamvell Guard, go ahead and summon it, and then you go ahead and just link into the Barricade Board Blocker, and then Ib's effect is now going to activate. If you have a card in your hand, you can perhaps do a little bit of a chain blocking here in terms of activating both of these effects, discarding a card just so that Ib will go through. That's an option you can do if you really want to, but yeah, that really depends if you have something that you can fetch. Then we summon out the World Chalice Guard Dragon. We're going to go ahead and convert that one into our LP. LP is going to summon out Brotor in the long run, so you need a card in your hand. So this is kind of like 1.5 combo. Use the effect of World Legacy Guard Dragon targeting your LP. Because LP is a dragon, you get to move it 1 spot to the right. This gives you a double zone right here. You're going to activate LP, and that's going to summon out the Brotor. The Brotor is going to activate. You're going to target Barricade Board Blocker, and you're going to discard the whatever card that you have in your hand, and with that you're going to add Cannon Soldier into your hand. Immediately from here you can go ahead and just link into Saryuja for 3. You're not going to use the draw effect whatsoever, but you are going to use the special summon effect to summon out Cannon Soldier. Don't forget to summon out the Cannon Soldier now, because if you forget, you're going to be locked into dragons and you have to link away the Saryuja, so that part really sucks. Now to continue your combo, you activate World Chalice Guard Dragon, summon back your Flamvell Guard. You need a normal monster for this, and now you have to put this into a Pisty. Pisty into basically anything but this zone, alright guys? So with the Pisty, you go ahead and activate Pisty to summon back your World Chalice Guard Dragon, so you have a second chance of reusing this card again. This is kind of like the old school version of Dragon Link, and now you are going to link these 2 cards off. Okay, and we're going to go into Aggro-Pain. Aggro-Pain's effect with the Pisty, we are going to summon out Super Alloy Beast Raptinus, okay? And now we're going to link off these 2 into our first Hieratic Seal of Heavenly Spheres. So this is the part where the FTK has happened already. So you have Cannon Soldier. Using Cannon Soldier's effect, you're going to burn your opponent for 500 by tributing off your Hieratic Seal. Hieratic Seal got tributed, so your opponent can technically ash you here, and the whole combo is basically a dud at this point. But in any case, they take 500. This is going to activate, and you're going to summon out a dragon from your deck. And the dragon that you're going to summon out of your deck is going to be the Hieratic Seal of the Dragon King. Now, this is a Gemini monster, but thanks to Super Alloy Beast Raptinus, you have the effect. So you can go ahead and just tribute this card, and then you get to special summon a Hieratic monster, except for a Hieratic Seal of the Dragon King from your hand, deck, or graveyard in face-up defense position. So you're going to summon up Gebeb. Technically, you can use any of the ones that have the tribute effect to summon out a normal Hieratic monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard, but this one's a level 4, and this one is probably the one that you can use with a bit more versatility when it comes to just summoning it and turning it into one of the guard dragons. But if you want to use like free summons, you can definitely use like a larger monster if you so choose to. Now, at this point, it has to be face-up defense. You use Cannon Soldier's effect, tribute this card, burn them for 500, and its effect is going to activate, and then you get to summon out a normal monster from your or normal Hieratic monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Since this is a Gemini monster, in your graveyard it is considered as a normal monster, so you're going to special summon it back out onto the field. Using its own effect, you tribute this off to summon back the Gebeb, and now you use Cannon Soldier again to burn them again, and that's going to activate the mandatory effect to summon this card back from the graveyard, and then you're going to use its own effect to tribute to re-summon out the Gebeb. Using Cannon Soldier, you're going to tribute it off, and now they're burning 500 non-stop because you're doing this. And now they're dead. Okay, so that is the FTK. Is it pretty easy to stop? Probably. It's not that difficult, but it is a nice tech to have, because if you can do the entire Dragon Link combo, you might as well just kill your opponent. And unfortunately, I highly recommend banning this combo, and the one thing to ban, I would say, is the Aggro Pain. Aggro Pain has been bringing out a lot of pain for a lot of players, so... And besides, they're coming out with Striker Dragon very soon. I don't think they're hitting Guard Dragon that heavily, but if they're going to hit anything, it's going to be the Aggro Pain. Unless they hit LP. I'd be very sad if they hit LP. I don't know if that's a smart business decision, but that is where I'm going to stop the combo, and we're going to go into various ways that you can get into it with my version of, like, say, Dragon Link. Okay, so you guys are wondering, wow, what is this whole map of cards here? Well, these are various ways that you can get into the IB combo. You can use a one-card combo, which is Soul Eating Oviraptor. Fossil Dig is another way. If you have Fossil Dig plus a Terraforming or a set rotation, you can go into Carboneddin plus a Dragon Ravine. This sets up the whole thing because you'll be able to throw the Carboneddin into the graveyard and also put in the Supreme King Dragon Darkroom into the graveyard, giving you 2 summons that are both special, and you didn't burn your normal summon, and this will also add a card to your hand. So in other words, you'll also have the discard fodder for the Brotar. Other ways of getting it, you can Flamvell Garden a quick launch as long as you're summoning out a level 4 dragon that's not a tuner. You have additional cards. This is an extender to some degree. If you have a quick launch, that's an extender. Call by the Graves are good support. Foolish Burial is your ultimate extender because it gives you anything that you possibly would need, including Carboneddin into the graveyard. Azzurra are additional bodies in case you don't have the ability to special summon additional monster when you only have the IB. So that's where the Azzurra comes in. If you have quick launch plus an Azzurra, you have the additional body. Destrudo sometimes is the other card that you put into the graveyard if you have, say, an extra Dragon Shrine and you're just not able to get the extra body up. So these are your extra body pushers. Same with Tempest. Tempest is a bit more weird. I don't think Tempest is as great because Tempest, you need to banish out dragons to get them out, and sometimes you don't have the graveyard ready for that. So it's an iffy extender at best. But most of these ways, you'll actually open with like multiple copies of these things, and you can find the best way to actually extend out. A smart player, to give you guys the counter, would wait for the LP to hit, but they have to be careful of the Call by the Grave that you might push out. And another card that you could consider in this particular deck to guarantee that the combo will go through is running a copy of that field spell. What's it called? Midfield Breaker? Magical Midfield Breaker. Yeah, that's the card. Here we go. If you run this card, your opponent can't use Impermanence, it can't use Veilers, you kind of cut out even more hand traps, and your cards can't get destroyed by Ogre, limiting down to 1 Ash. And if you have 1 Ash and 1 Call by the Grave, it's not too bad. You can definitely consider using Midfield Breaker, but it's like a sacky card to open. You have to like play it as your first card in your main phase 1 or 2. So definitely if you're going first, this is very unlikely that you're going to be able to drop this card, because if you terraform into it, you can't use it. Although you could technically demise of the land and just activate it from that effect, but otherwise it's a bit of a harder card to use. But if you're going second and you want to kill your opponent and you terraform this card into your hand, then you play the card, that's kind of cool too. That's up to you of how you want to play it out. And it's also pretty neat, to be honest, to get the FTK through that particular effect. Now, that being said, these are all like the various ways. You're definitely going to see multiple ways of opening. And yeah, one card, two card, two card, two card, two card. A lot of these are 2-card openings, and you can extend past. The one thing I really don't like about Soul Eating Oviraptor in particular is that it does eat up your normal summon, and if you have no way to extend past that, it really sucks. But if you're able to use, say, like a quick launch to pair it off, you can summon out the Rocket Synchron, then you get yourself a level 5. But you still need one additional monster to get the whole thing going. You need to extend with, say, a World Legacy Guard Dragon, perhaps. I don't know. It's not the most ideal situation if you have burned your normal summon, because if you go into an IB and you can't put an additional monster onto the field, that part really sucks, and it is what it is. But these are the various ways that you can actually open with it. If you guys want to see the combo, just put out an IB and just follow it the rest of the way, and you basically have it. And that is the rundown of the FTK. If your opponent chooses to go second, well, it's too bad for them, isn't it? Okay? And that's all I got for this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed this deck profile, hit the thumbs up. If you guys enjoyed seeing the step-by-step combo, you can also hit the thumbs up, hit subscribe. We will get that Exodia game out of the way very soon. Just Nietzsche was just too drunk to drive over here, so, you know, safety first, safety first. That being said, huge shout out once again to Nerdy Jersey, and huge shout outs to Mr. Jesse Kotton for, you know, showcasing this, and hopefully it gets banned sooner than later, because yeah, FTKs are kind of cool for the first little bit, but after a while, once everyone kind of starts doing it, it really makes the format a bit toxic. So, you know, there's that. So anyways, guys, that's all I got for this video. So yeah, hit subscribe, ding notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next one, and hopefully Exodia obliterate.